Monkey's Emporium, the coolest vintage toy shop in the universe.
Monkeys. Good evening and welcome to Monkey's Toy Auction, Sunday 6:30, and it's a bit of a spooktacular this week. Come on, here he comes. Uncle Fess is on his way. Here he comes. Here he comes. Good evening, Vic!
How you doing, bruv? You all right? Evening all.
We got heck of a gig tonight. So I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to bring the main man in. Here he comes. Here he comes. The one and only Mr. Ken from Back to the Toys.
Hi, guys. It wrong, there. You said the man. He's the machine. Apparently, that's the new nickname on the circuit. The machine.
No,
the machine. I'm going to quickly go through some of the names. Ladies and gentlemen, if I do not give you shout-outs tonight, it's not, oh, we miss your comments. It's because we got some great lots and I need to give it all time. So let's just do a quick. I know Susan, they're all in already.
Hey.
Rob Kenobi's in.
Rob Kenobi.
Dan's in. Good evening. I'll see you in a bit, Dan. Alan's in. Pete's in. Tony's in. Dave is in. The other Dave is in.
Yeah, that's Dave Blade and that's my mate Dave. McCanda.
Angus is in. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Tom.
It's just legends. Legends.
All the legends. Leave your comments. Say hello. Mark is in. Good evening. Right, we ain't going to mess around. I'm going to explain how this auction works and we are going to... So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, when the auctioneer puts in the comments, the auctions are open. You're going to start bidding. Don't bid less than £1. Does our head in. Takes ages. My advice for this evening would be get your best bidding quite quick. We're not messing around. We've got an hour show. Don't mess with the auctioneer. Please remember we're doing on 2 platforms. We're on YouTube and Facebook. So the auctioneer will try and fill you in on what's happening with both. I got these lovely people with me. Ladies and gentlemen, before we talk to Ken, I'll bring the main man in. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, first lot tonight. Let's talk to the one and only legend that is Vic. Good evening, sir.
How you doing, guys? Lovely story time again. I've had a week off, so I thought I'd get back into it with you guys. Today, I've got a selection of Planet of the Apes and Dracula comics, all British big comics. Some great stuff here, some great covers. We got a little run. It's not a major run, and there's some odd ones there. You know what I'm like. So we're going to start off with probably one of the best covers out of the lot tonight, number 89, Planet of the Apes and Dracula Live.
That's quality.
Yeah.
That artwork's amazing. 1976 June. You've got Frosties on the back. Yeah, wouldn't be allowed now. We've got some amazing artwork inside. You've got Man-Thing in here as well. I'm trying to see if you've got the Apes Forum. So, you know, check out your apes. You've even got the Ku Klux Klan there with the apes. The madness. Right, moving on. We have number 90. So that was 89. This is 90. I don't know what happened to the artist from the last one. They could have only afford him for 1 week, maybe. But still great stuff. What we got there, Open Fire, Slay the Human, Terror on the Planet of the Apes. And don't miss Lord of the Vampires final battle with Dr. Sun. So yeah, there's something for the MCU to bring out later. Doctor Sun. On the back we've got Moby Dick, Tom Sawyer, some of the classics. Amazing colouring piece on there. Look at that. Beautiful. We love a bit of colouring. Anyway, next 91. 91 is Battle of the Beasts. You got what looks like Moses parachuting in with a machine gun across I don't know, a statue's head. Maybe it's Mount Rushmore in the Planet of the Apes. But yeah, Moses is having it up against the apes there. And there's more Dracula lives inside. Nice. Moving on. We have number 92 on the world ruled by beast, crime, manhunt. So quite like that. I don't know what he's riding there. Some sort of dinosaur.
Cool.
We've also got Dracula, the Night Stalker. Yeah, looks like cave apes, to be honest. They don't look too advanced. Moving on, we've got number 90. Right, is this where it gets silly? Yeah, we've gone from 92 to 95. Sorry, guys, I don't know what happened to the others. The in-betweenies. On there, you have some sort of flying beast dragging away what looks like a hobo. Dracula Lives is in there. On the back, you got Tony the Tiger Visits the Moon. Again, 1976. But we do sort of go back into some sort of order again. We're at 95 to 96. So we missed out 93 and 94. I don't know where they went. They weren't there. On the front of this one, you've got Slaughter at the Psychodrome. So yeah, lots of flying things, lots of lasers. There's a dead ape there. That's the only ape you can see on the front. On the other side, you've got some amazing Marvel artwork there. Captain America, Submariner, Spidey, Thor, they're all there. And that is for the Invaders and Spider-Man team-up comics.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
This is very, very Halloween. You want a nice Dracula.
Oh, yeah, that is.
That's awesome. Look at that. Who's he fighting? He looks like he's fighting another vampire. I was hoping it was Blade, but nah, we ain't got Blade there yet. More Man Thing. I'll tell you what's cool in this one. You've got some stuff about the movies or the TV show inside.
Fab.
I haven't read it. Oh no, it's for Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, it's for the movie. So there's a nice little write-up in there about the film that was coming out in 1977, I would assume. Right, we're moving on from 96 to 97. 97 is Don't Miss Man's epic escape from killers under the dome. Yeah. Beardy Bod getting attacked again. Don't know, Red Things, eight men. We've got a real Halloweeny twist to Tony the Tiger's adventures on the back there.
Brilliant.
He's in the Haunted Castle. Is there anything really gripping in here other than the stories? No, it's the standard Planet of the Apes, Dracula, bit of Man Thing in there. Right, this is where it gets even more confusing because it ain't a run. We have. I just wanted to build it up a bit. Oh, hang on, I missed 94 out somewhere. So 94 was there. So the only one misses 93. I'm a complete. Look at the artwork on that. I don't
That's
know which
the classic cover. That's
I don't
the
know.
classic
89. The guy from 89 said, "Sorry, I'm coming back this week. I'm going to do another cover." Look at that. It's worth getting to. And there you go.
Get it in a frame. Get it in a frame.
On the back, Tigers visiting the moon again. It's on the way to the Psychodrome, this one. So it's not Battle of the Psychodrome, it's the one before. Going off point, I just threw in another couple of comics because I wanted to build it up a bit. And as it's Halloween week, or coming up, we have a couple of Dracula and monster comics there. You've got number 70, which is Wherever I Turn, There Are Deadly Crucifixes. Looks like Dracula's stuck in a ball of mirrors full of crucifixes. So on the back, you've got an epic battle there between Superman and Spider-Man. Amazing stuff. Crossover in the 70s. But this is full monsters now. There's no Planet of the Apes anymore. They're giving up. They're just gone straight up.
Monsters are selling. Monsters are selling.
In this one, we've got number 76, Dracula Lives and Legion of Monsters, and in that you've got Werewolf by Night and Moon Knight making appearances.
Wow!
So,
Yeah.
On the back, you have the awesome colouring books of Marvel. Look at that artwork there, just on the cover.
Love it.
In the 70s. The other thing I like about this one is it's England's #1 fair book. Not Scotland's, not
#1 fair book.
Only in England, this is #1 fair book. So, yeah, that's where we're at, guys. There's some great stuff in here.
So, how many comics are there? How many comics
are there? The House of Dracula. So you can send Dracula a letter, get back to you. You ain't got an email yet.
How many comics are there, Bud?
Just too many, everyone. It's an unlimited amount that I can't count anymore after the other week. Hang on, let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 there.
So there's
got to be good for someone.
10 vintage UK release pence. 19. What year were they?
76.
Right. So they're
70. Yeah, they're like 50 years old now. But those two covers that I put on the top there of the picture, them covers are banging. I love them. I wish you could blow them up, like make them bigger. They're awesome.
I love them. I'm gonna ask Ken really quick. Ken, you gotta love this stuff, huh?
Yeah, I love Planet of the Apes.
That's one of
definitely. Yeah, I don't have a lot of vintage in my collection of it. Actually, one of the things is right here, which is really cool. Got this at can you guys see that?
Yeah,
got this NEC.
Nice.
That's quality. I mean, there's so much good stuff like this, but it's just so hard to find, and it's really expensive.
Yes.
But I love it.
Yeah, I love it. We're gonna tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we'll make sure that we're gonna get as much information that they cared about the toys, about what he's doing at the moment, where you can find him, different events. I'll also be asking Vic what he's doing, whether he's going. Is he going to the NEC next week? We hope so. We hope so. We don't know. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Newsflash coming later. So yeah, Ken, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
On this lot, we've got some amazing lots. We've got a Turtle lot coming up. We've got a Star Wars lot coming up. We've got Ghost. The Ghost House looks amazing, Vic. Can you just tell us a little bit about where you are, why you started doing this, where you've come from with this, or just a quick introduction for everybody? Go on, Bob.
Yeah. So I started collecting. What's that, Vic?
Don't worry. It's me and John.
Yeah,
don't worry.
I started collecting about 14, 15 years ago. And I literally only started doing it because I needed a hobby. And I don't know, some of you probably know, I worked for Arsenal since I was 16 years old. And football just was no longer like a hobby for me anymore. It's what I used to do on the weekends growing up. So I just started collecting my Star Wars figures again. And after a while, there weren't many people collecting back then. I didn't know anyone really collecting. I used to go to the Harry Potter shows. There was no queues to get in. There weren't even that many stores at Sandown selling vintage figures. No, there wasn't. And I actually remember the first time I went there, Joe from Leicester Toys was stalling. And I don't think I've ever seen him stall there again. And Ian from the Toy Monster was doing his first ever Sandown there.
Yeah, man.
With his son. Yeah. So yeah, look, I started collecting Star Wars. That was my main focus. And then after about 6 or 7 years, I was like, I like Sectors. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I like, you know how it is, Visionaries. And I just, anything that I had as a kid, even if I only had 1 or 2 of the figures, I just went to the lines and just bought them loose and complete if I could. And yeah, it just evolved after about 7, 8 years. I started going to car boot sales about 2 years after collecting. And I was just finding so much stuff back then. And it was going in the loft. I was thinking, why am I buying all this stuff if I'm not doing anything with it? So eventually I booked a show. Brentwood, I think, was my first one. Then I did Sandown. Then I did NEC. Then I rented an area in an antique house. And it started turning good money. Then the pandemic hit. And I got really miserable at Arsenal in my job. And I just literally, I couldn't do it anymore. And I said, look, I'm doing all right with the toys. Let's just go for it. You only live once. So I did. And I'm 10 months in. I'm not looking back. No, I knew it'd be difficult. And I've started doing it when the world's in crisis, a financial crisis. But I'm making a good living from it. And it's hard. It's not easy. Sourcing the stuff is probably the hardest. But I put a lot into it, and I'm doing okay with sourcing at the moment. I'm not short of stock, and yeah, I'm just going to see where it ends up. I mean, this year's the first year I'm just going mainly on eBay. I've not even done any shows, but as time goes on, I might start looking into YouTube. My own website's definitely coming soon, and just see where it takes me.
Do you know, dude? If this is why we do these auctions, they promote everybody around us and try and help the people that we really like and think doing well. Equally, for the buyers to have another place to get this stuff in lumps. And I can confirm with this auction, Madison has won it for £10. What a bargain!
Well done, Paddy. Nice one, Angel. Get that to you this week.
Right, well, we've heard from him there quite a lot about his background. Let's put him on the spot with a bit of selling, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? We know he's going to be great. Let's get him up on a big screen. Which lot do you want to do first?
Let's do the Hasbros. Yeah.
WWF Wrestlers coming up. Tell your friends, tell your neighbours. One quick one, you got to laugh. I told somebody this week, I said, do me a favour. We got a great auction this week. Share it. And he went, no. And I said, why aren't you going to share? He said, I want to get a bargain. And if I share it, there'll be more people watching. Come on, let's do it.
All right. Let's go. So we've got a load of Hasbros. They're in played with condition. We've got Tatanka.
Yeah, baby.
His paint works fine. Jake the Snake, which I know is a common one. I mean, I dread to think how many I've got of him. One of the Bushwhackers. Is that Butch? I think so.
Yeah.
One of the Nasty Boys. The other Nasty Boy.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. And we've actually got the backing card as well for the Nasty Boys.
Oh, nice.
Which goes well. I know a lot of people are getting the figures graded loose, and they're cutting this out and they're grading it with this card now.
Well,
so
let you do that, don't they?
Yeah. That's the last of the loose figures. Legion of Doom. I think that's Hulk.
Yeah.
Anvil.
Ooh.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, baby.
Warrior with his famous nose rub. And Smash or X? Smash.
That's the old boy, wasn't he?
Yeah. And the last figure is the model Rick Martel, and we've got his backing card, and we've got his original bubble, which I think is really cool.
God, that's great.
It fits on quite.
You know, right, let's clarify, right? If next week we go on to eBay, right, and there's a dodgy resale selling mock on here, right, you know where it's come from. I'm just saying, it's come from this auction.
Well, we're not finished yet. We've got magazines as well. We've got the British Bulldog there. It should be a lot of our favourites. The big man, Yokozuna.
Yeah, baby.
Is that Hillbilly Jim? Or is that a bit too after? He's thrown it on Sunday, who I used to fancy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's Hillbilly Jim.
Papa Shango. Oh, that way.
Right.
And then we've got great cover there. Not in the best condition, this one, but the cover.
That's one of the classics. That's the one. Whenever I get that in, that sells £8 every time in nice nick. Done.
Yeah. It's still attached to everything, but it's just a bit. And last but not least is the sticker book. Look at the back of it. I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
And inside, there's some stickers in there, but it's not full. Still got the news agent form in there. Can you guys see this or not?
Yeah, man. We can just.
Yeah. There's a few stickers in there. And it's not in bad nick, the sticker book. So, yeah, that's your lot with this WWF lot.
Right. Let me, before we go any further, then, let's flick back. Sorry, 2 seconds. I am coming. There you go. Right. So, let me just do some quick maths. So, Andre, there's I know it sounds ridiculous, but it is. If you broke that up on eBay, there's over 100, easy over 100 quid there.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, the model Martel with the card and the bubble.
That bubble's killer.
Yeah, you're probably going to get 25, 30 quid. I don't know.
I reckon you might get more than that for that, but
Yeah.
Well, by the time some unscrupulous person has glued it back on, they might get empty. The Papa Shango cover always sells well. That sticker book is 4th release, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Well, the 2 blue ones. They did the black one, Superstars. They did the blue one. Then they did a pink one. And then I think it's that one. And I think of all of them, that's the hardest one to get. Vic, what do you... I know you're not a big wrestler guy, but that's a good one.
I'm not. How many figures are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 10.
11.
There's 11 figures with the cards. Yeah, I think you're in the right area. I think 80 to 120, but I'm not an expert on these things.
We are flying through tonight. We want to make sure the guys get good times on their lots and things sell for the right money. So get your bids in and grab it. This is if you are a wrestler, come on. I bet Dan is here somewhere. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's bidding. I can't actually see the bids. But I know if Dan was here now from the toy division, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is great." I know he would.
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't sound the way he does. So, following on from what you were saying about, you've got your eBay store at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, that's where the money's coming from.
So, Dan saying, "I am your great lot, an even better impersonation of me." Thank you, Dan. I know what we'll do is in between the lots, we'll put up the link to your eBay store as well to try and get some people over there from the auction. I mean, we got 40 odd people, 15 early with YouTube watching tonight. So I'm hoping now that you'll all go away and have a look at the store, and also this is an amazing lot. I really like it. This is right up my street. I know. Under the Giant in any form, Vic?
Yeah, Andre the Giant all day long. I mean, what's that go for now? 15, 20 quid loose?
20 quid even in that, Nick. It's got a standard stomach rub. Does the action still work on it?
Iffy.
Well, it's still.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
yeah.
not.
I've seen it worse.
Yeah, as long as those arms come up and it throws, that's what you want, you know. It's not the. Yeah, let's be honest about it. There is a lot of Jake the Snakes in the world.
There is.
But then Rick the Martel, like us, that's a nice. I mean, I think I've seen one of them on card go for like 120 quid.
He's a good nick as well, the model.
You know, so I like it. I think it's a great lot. I do.
It is a good lot.
Whilst we are, they are bidding, and we're letting them do that because I want to give them a time tonight. Because we rushed the beginning bit just to catch up with a few people that have joined us. Bless them. Wait. Let me go back through these. Luke is in. Madison's in. We know that because she went up there. Bless her. Rick is in. Sue is in. Sarah's in. Good evening to all of you. I know there's some other people here as well hiding in the background, bidding, and Gary's around and all sorts. So there you have it. Great lot. He's killed it straight out the blocks, and he really Vic's a great lot.
It's an amazing lot.
We've also got the ghost house. Oh, Bab. I love it. When you sent me over that and you said you were going to sell a ghost house, I was like, is it
it's Ghost Castle, isn't it?
Yeah, Ghost Castle.
We knew what you meant.
Oh, we forgive him. We forgive him, Ken.
You have to forgive me because I'm a born again dyslexic. I can't help it. Like, I sent Christmas letters to Satan for years. So when you said that, Ken asked the same question as me: is it complete? Because there's a few bits.
I thought it was, and I've just been through it, and there's one tiny piece missing. I'm screwing because I'm sure it was here, but It might have fell out of the box because the box has an issue. Like, as in one of the edges is split. One of the ends. Do you know, like the tray?
Is that artwork on it? Those kids.
What's missing anyway isn't vital to the game, and hopefully I can find a spare before I send it out. And it's basically the clip to put the little people on. You know, the little
the
clip
stand.
at the bottom.
Oh, you think they're like £2 on eBay?
Yeah.
Apart from that, everything else is here. There's just one clip missing. I would assume it's a yellow colour.
It's the skull. It's the skull that's the It's the glow in the dark skull. If you haven't got that, it's hard to get.
That's it, mate. Don't worry about the glow in the dark skull. We're all good. Look at that.
That's the one.
Everything else is here. It's just that. And I'm sure it might even turn up. It might be on the floor in my back room where this was before I dragged it out.
I'm getting told off by the auctioneer about talking about lots we're not doing now.
No, sorry.
It's not your fault. It's my fault because I started that.
I'll have a cigarette and shut up.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is going well though. I mean, it is a really good lot. I mean, you've got some key magazines there, some key players. I love my favourite Andre the Giant out of that lot. I like to tanker a little bit. But yeah, it's a good lot. You've got Steiner there, ain't you? Yeah.
It's a great lot. And like you said, there's nose rub. You know. What
year is that one with Giant Haystacks? Not Giant, Hillbilly Jim, sorry. Bloody hell.
Well, Sonny's there, so it's got to be, I don't know.
86, 87?
No, I think it's a bit later than that.
1996. I got to answer some comments really quick. Unfortunately,
that wouldn't it? It's WW. Sorry.
96, yeah. Unfortunately, because we're doing the auctions and I am not selling these lots, these guys are selling lots. Unfortunately, it has to be payment tonight. If we don't get the payment tonight, we'll pass it down to the person behind because a couple of weeks ago we got messed around with a few people. I'm sorry. Any other time, give me a shout, give Ken a shout. But for the live auctions, we have to do a payment on the evening. But it's good, it's closed, it's closed, it's closed. Are you ready? Are you ready? £70 with Jay!
Nice.
It's a bargain, but he's done well. Great bits there.
Thank you, Angus. I love you and respect you very much. I'm glad you understand. Jay, well done. Right. Shall I do some Star Wars next?
Yep.
Yeah,
come on, let's do some Star Wars. Then we'll do the Ghost House. Then we'll do the Turtles. Then we can all have a nice cup of tea. Right. Look, he's well happy. He's well happy with that. He's literally smiling from year to
beautiful.
Year.
That's what it's about.
Anyway, that's what it's all about, innit? We want people, we want to be able to promote lovely people like Ken and support each other, and we get lots of traders on here as well and looking after the customer. We love it. We're all, let's be honest about it, we're all traders in our own little way, and because when I was back in school trading my toys for food, so we're doing a Star Wars lot. Right, it's one of them, Darth Vader on a card. Card's a bit messy. Yeah, it's an anniversary. Coin. It's got a coin. See a coin? That's all right.
That's because it's a 30th anniversary.
One of them.
A Manaman.
Yeah, I like that figure. It's a good one.
It's not the real one, though, is it?
I love the skeleton he's holding. Look at the skeleton.
Oh, the skeleton. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. The skeleton is quite good. I'd buy it for nothing else. Okay, I take it all back. The skeleton's good. I'll take it back. Yeah, right there. There's Jabba the Hutt.
My favourite.
Now,
that's a good. I've never seen that one before with the tongue out.
I'd never seen it before either. I wet myself when I pulled it out the box and said Vic, because I was on the phone to Vic in the garage, pulled out the box. He went, is that the opening mouth when I went, I don't know, but he's got a hell of a tongue.
That's Parker. Is it solid, that one?
You are?
Is it solid? Like the plastic?
Yeah,
is it hard?
Yes, hard.
Okay.
And there's a throne. That's obviously.
That's a hooker stand. That's for his pipe. Yeah.
But there's no base with it, or I don't know how that looked originally, to be honest with you. Right, now I know his stuff. Now we're getting somewhere. So that's in there. There you go. And now we'll add some good stuff. Because we got the Super 8 home video original feature-length Star Wars trailer in English. That's good. I like a bit of fun.
That's cool.
We got... I got these from Farpoint Toys ages ago, a box full of them. I got loads of them. Wilson cake toppers. There you go. With Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper. Made in Hong Kong. 83. There you go. The year you were born. Die-cast cloud car. It's all right. The windows are all right. The legs work. It's a vintage one. It's cool.
That's a score this time, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got that one. Somewhere.
Then a Return the Jedi magazine, September 1984, number 63. And there's a Lando figure in there as well. Just come in. And then this is the best bit. I can't see all the stuff. This is the best bit. That's an Ewok toothbrush sealed.
Nice.
Parker.
And it's the Ewok one. And on it is, I don't know if you can see that.
No.
Is it wicked?
Yeah, man, on the toothbrush. They are wicked.
That's good.
I had a box of them come over from America. I opened the box, and Andy from the Toy Vault UK went absolutely mental on me. He rang me. He's going, "Why are you opening that?" I said, "Dude, I'm not going to sell a box of them. There's like a case of them." He's like, No. You should have left him in the case. Dude, buy a toothbrush. Shut up. So there you go, toothbrush. And then this is my favorite bit. That's the best bit. This is my favorite bit. It's a Star Wars cookbook.
I didn't even know we had that.
To be honest with you, it wouldn't be in the auction if the auctioneer knew that was, yeah. Star Wars cookbook, how to make
I've never seen that one. I've seen a lot of Star Wars books. I've never seen that one.
No, I've not seen that.
I never seen that one before. And then this one, which I think you get from what's the name of the cheap bookshop? Is it the Works, isn't it?
Yeah.
You buy them from a Works, and it's just like the Star Wars Essential Guide character.
I don't have them in the Works anymore. Probably about 15 years ago, Johnny. Yeah.
That's from the 90s.
I haven't left the house since after COVID. Now gotta be honest with you. I just stayed in now. I have.
Those
really.
books are, like Ken said, were around in the 90s. They're like 90s books.
Okay, so there you go. Book, cooking book. All going back to
Find them in John Menzies.
Yeah.
John Menzies. Right. If nothing else, right. If I don't get 20 quid for that toothbrush, if all this stuff sells for less than 20 quid, I will cry because that toothbrush.
I would cry as well because I'd definitely bid more than that for that lot.
Let me just put the picture up on the screen.
Those toppers are worth that. They're tenner each.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've got amazing stuff.
Bought them on Robotax, it'd be about 70 quid.
So there you go. That's what you're bidding for. Let's get the main man in the middle. Let's drop me to the bottom. Right, drop me to the bottom. Right, okay. So there you go. Star Wars. Ken, come on. What's your favourite Star Wars figure? What's the favourite one in your collection? Tell me about these things. I love Star Wars. Come on.
Luke Jedi is my favourite. I just love it. I've always loved him.
Of course it is. It's a stunner. I think I was born. So that we've talked. Me and Vic have talked about this before. Return of the Jedi, brilliant film.
That's my film.
Luke, Ewoks and Luke.
Yeah.
Like Dan in there.
Yeah, it's the film we grew up with. I was born in 1980. It was all a lot of my carded figures. You can't see them all, but most of them are Jedi, apart from the last 17 ones. Because it's the one that this is what I started collecting. They were like £25-30 each. And I could have had Empire Strikes Back and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I want to collect the Jedi ones because they're the ones I went to the shop to buy with my pocket money. But yeah, and I've got that Luke Jedi one on the card. But someone stuck a sticker on it and they took it off. And then they coloured in where the rip was on the sticker. But apart from that, it's mint. But I've got them, obviously. There's two variants, isn't there? There's the blue lightsaber and the green.
Yeah.
So I've got both of them as well. And there's the hood that clips. Yep. Yeah, Star Wars just...
Snack
I love it.
So
You know that you said earlier, you said a really interesting thing which resonates with me, and I know it will resonate with Vic. The mental health aspect of collecting and doing what we do is wonderful, but I don't care, because I've seen it before. I've been moody, angry, upset, I don't know, just having a bad day, Black Dog Day, maybe Vic's been the same. And then you go somewhere and you find something and you're six again. And all of that is gone, even if it is for 20 minutes.
This room is a magical place. This is where I come every night and I just sit here for hours. And it's not just the expensive toys like the Darth Vader and the card. It can be a £1 X rental that I bought. I pick it up and I'm back in that video shop. It doesn't have to be expensive to collect if you're collecting for nostalgia. Anything that gives you that feeling is good enough for me. And sometimes it's not expensive.
The amount of times that me and Vic, we do a midweek catch up where we do the auction on the weekend, and Vic will pull, like you say, a cereal toy.
Yeah.
Or just something, and you go on eBay, what's it worth? That's not worth nothing. But for that 20 minutes, me and him are like, oh, this is the greatest thing in the planet. Like, oh, you know, it's like finding treasure. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I love it. I'm sure everybody at home feels like that as well. So Vic, I'm ready for your woo, spookiness in a minute. I'm ready.
Okay, yeah. I'm just looking at it all, thinking how am I going to put it on the camera.
Well, that was going to be my thing.
I'm not putting it all together. I started to, and I'm thinking, nah, I'll end up breaking something. I'd rather just show you piece by piece and show you a little setup.
So I think Pete's agreeing with us with the mental health thing and the good for us. Tom is saying Kellogg's bike reflectors, and the auction is here.
Yeah, tiny Tiger bike reflectors. Amazing.
Yeah, oh man.
And the auctioneer is telling me that the Star Wars lot sold today for £50. Thank you, Dave.
Is that Dave the Blade, I assume, right? Unless McCander's buying me a Christmas present.
Right. Next, come on, Vic. We doing good.
Hello,
for time.
guys. Right, we have the Ghosty Spooky original Ghost Castle by MB.
Go.
The box does have some issues, as I was explaining. There's a flap end open there, and in the tray. How can I show this?
Let me put you on big screen. Hang on. Let me put you on big screen.
Yeah, that is a flap. So there is issues to the box. What is interesting, and I'm still trying to work out what sweets were in it once upon a time. They definitely had cocoa butter in them, but this was in the box, 18p. Hope to get more than that tonight for it. But anyway,
is that awful fruit? Is that awful
there's
fruit?
the front of the box,
Isn't it?
Spooky stuff. What year did this come out? 1985. Right. We have one character, two characters. Oh, there's his face.
Yeah.
Three characters. And there's your fourth one, but unfortunately, we discussed the base earlier. Now, I'll try and track down a base for it or a supplement. But that's the only piece that I can see that's missing. And I think it's yellow, possibly.
Yeah.
Right. We got the spinner for where you land. So that's there.
And now, if you said to me, right, you can't sing D&D tonight, we're playing this, I'd be up for it.
This is me trying to show you the best I can, like as in the board and the main tower. Or does it go? No, it is that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's your tower and your carpool piece that comes in the middle. They're a nice nick, no cracks, no breaks. We're gonna have to look at these are other carpool pieces. This is your doorway. Now there is a bend on that door, like a split. It's still there, it still stands. Won't affect the game, but it's not as mint as we'd like. This piece has the axe attached. Do you remember the fatal axe that drops down?
Yeah.
That axe.
Yeah. You've got the axe and you've got the board that activates the axe. You have the other doorway. So all your cardboard bits are all there. The only piece that I can see affected is that archway there. Right, next, there's all these funky little plastic bits. You have the stairwell that goes up on here.
I love it.
That will go together like that. You have the top piece there. You've got these little, oh, I've dropped one of the clips. You've got the clips that hold it all together, like the boards. Oh, how am I going to show you them? They look like that. There's 3 of them. We have
2 seconds. So let me just say, so we accept PayPal for these auctions, dude. So you put your bids in down the side, and then the winner takes it all once the auctioneer has told us. It's $4.99 for shipping. International shipping is a nightmare at the moment, but talk to us.
We've got 4 of these, which are your little ghost pieces that go on the well, it depends where you land. In play game. There should be 4 of them. You got all 4. You've got the glow in the dark skull, the key piece that everyone goes, ah! You got the glow in the dark skull. Ah! But yeah,
that's what I was trying to come dressed as tonight. I was trying to do it, but it didn't work.
So yeah, content should be 3 wall sections. So we have 1, 2, 3 wall sections. So I'll put them in. I'm just going through the instructions. So you've got 1 skeleton door. Who knows what the skeleton door? That'd be that. So we've got that. We've got 1 shaky floor. The shaky floor is that piece. 4 character playing pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 spinner. 1 spinner. Plastic pieces as follows. Central tower. That's your central tower. 2 pieces. Top step. Right. The top step is this. Axe. I've shown you guys. There's an axe. Staircase. Staircase. Cage. Is that the cage? I'm having to read it. I think that's the cage actually, not the top piece. The top piece is actually that which is the funny looking coffin. Bit. Yeah. 4 clips. So they 4 clips for the playing bases. Yeah. So we've only got 3 of those in 3 colours, not 4 colours. 1 skull, which I've shown you guys. The skull. 4 scared stiff masks. That's what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a dice. I'll make sure there's a dice in there. It won't be the original, but it'll be a dice. So that is your Ghost Castle, which is a classic game. Anyone know what this yellow sweet wrapper is? It's been left in there since.
Funny enough, we said
might be fruit gums. You might be right there, Ken. That's a good point.
I'm with Ken. Sue was saying he Roundtree's fruit gums wrapper as well.
Yeah, we got it wrong. We said opal fruits to start with, didn't we?
Yeah,
that's the opal fruits. Yeah, it's all there apart from that 1 clip that's holding the person on the base, which I will try and find a replacement. I just can't guarantee it's going to be a colour if I can't find it.
Get your bids in. This is that classic, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
It's a lovely game.
I mean, you could say those squares are 5 feet each, and then you could actually play Dungeons and Dragons with it. To be honest with you, which has only just occurred to me, and I think that's going to be my next mission, to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dice. I'm going to try and find a red dice for it. I've just seen on the front of the box there's a red dice.
Wicked. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get your bids in for the Ghost Castle boxed. They reissued it, didn't they? I think.
Yeah.
Which one? And did you say, Ken, before we came on there, that they were a while ago they were going for as much as £50. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, they were.
So
I think it's dropped off a little, but yeah.
Yeah,
still
reissuing it killed the price a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But so I expect them to grab a bargain. I want someone to get this for Halloween and play it. That's why I'm doing it this week. Hope get it out to them. They'll get it by the date and have a good game with a family or friends. Maybe have a couple of drinks.
I love it. All of these, like old school Buckaroo and like Mousetrap, all them things that you kind of like built the game. It was a great time, really, for board games. Such a good time. I love them all.
I mean, but it's a test of how popular the game was when they reissue it, especially this. It's not this. All right, you said Buckaroo and so forth. Them games have been around for a while. This is classic 80s. This first issue came out in the 80s, and they've only just re-released it recently, and it's not quite the same. Do you know what I mean? It's get the original, guys. Have a bid.
I love it. So we're just waiting to see what's happening with the auctioneer for that one. Ken, can you do me a favor? Can you just message me a link to your YouTube, your eBay, please?
Yeah, of course.
I can just drop that in a comment, or if you just want to drop in a comment while they're all looking.
Yeah,
we have got Ken from Back the Toys on tonight. Are you at the NEC? How are you doing that?
Yeah, I haven't done any shows this year, and I don't intend to. I'll be there buying, running around.
You will be there supporting, but you're not retailing.
That's it. Yeah.
And Vic, what are you doing? Are you going to the NEC?
I should be there, but I won't be selling.
So if I go, at least I've got two people to have a coffee with and a walk around with.
Defo.
I'm in Warmwell on the south coast on a Saturday night, and then I was going to drive back and then see how well I go back from that to decide where I was going to go. We'll talk about it in a minute. Right, they're still bidding, so we need to talk about something.
I'm interested in Ghost House. You mentioned Ghost House earlier. There is a game called Ghost House, isn't there?
There is a game called Ghost House. Well, I'm going to show something that's ridiculous, really, and you two will appreciate it, but I think a lot of people will just think, what a div. But a while ago, I picked this up, and I'm not going to sell it, but it's the Ghostbusters role-play game. So it's basically Dungeons and Dragons, but you're a Ghostbuster.
Nice.
You got like all the roll tables. Dan keeps on about this playing. There's like your sheets that you fill in and your maps for dead guys on parade.
It's amazing how much the role playing or the game, how much it stretches to. Because I remember last year Ken was doing a Comic Con and I helped him out, and we had some D&D guys next to us, and they were really nice guys, but wow, they were banging into. Do you remember Ken, him talking to me about the Aliens role-playing game? And he was trying to get me to play it. He's sending me all this stuff, and like, I'm interested, but mate, I just don't know if I'd ever.
Ken, have you ever watched Stranger Things?
Of course.
The role-playing Dungeons and Dragons. So you play the campaign, they play in the game.
Okay, yeah.
Fab. The music, everything, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
I will try it one day.
There is a Stranger Things version, isn't there, of D&D? They've done a pack, a Stranger Things pack. That's
what you play it. Bab, I played it. So Adam, my brother-in-law, did it, and I was like, "What's this going to be like?" Bab, they give you music you can download, so there's a soundtrack while you're playing in different rooms and stuff. But I was weird myself. It was so good, like 2 sessions. Anyway, Sarah's just saying this week. Sue and I will be selling at Milton Keynes. Oh yes, it's this weekend. Milton Keynes Brick Festival on Saturday, and they will be selling on Sunday at the NEC. Come give them high five, folks. and support. I know there's going to be loads of people at the NEC, obviously, Source Central and all that. So support them all. It's closed. Yeah. Well done. Go on, Mark.
Yeah,
21 quid. We love it.
Who's got that? Mark.
Mark
Mark
Everett.
Ah, beautiful. Get out to you in a couple of days, mate. We sent on Tuesday.
It's his wife's birthday present for a 40th. I shouldn't say that.
Oh,
it's her 21st.
I hope you have a great time playing it. I'll try it as well.
There you go. They said, see you at the NEC, Vic. Don't forget.
Oh, wicked. The legend.
Lawrence will be there.
Lawrence.
Right, let's get the main man back in. We have got 9 minutes, 50 seconds, something like that. Right.
Let's go.
We're doing all right.
I know the time to just, and especially when you've got somebody like Ken on, because we know him well, and it's quite,
18p in 1985.
One more thing as well. All the Toy Division boys are going to be at the NEC as well, which is brilliant. I love them guys. Right, shut me up, and get the main man back in. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Right. And back the toys. Let's do this thing, sir.
We're going with the last one. Only 4 items, but all factory sealed.
This is the nuts. These are things you do not see.
Yeah, I love it.
One of the water games.
It's one of the water games. Yeah,
That's
the cards from the 2 water games are okay. They could do with some flattening. I think they use Leonardo, although he's just a plastic green. And then there's another one, which is that Raphael, even though it's orange? It looks like Raphael a little bit. Yeah, again, factory sealed. A little bit of a bend in the card, but again, could do with some.
Yeah, but you don't see this stuff, man. This is
no. This game is a common game to find. I found it quite a few times. It doesn't go for much, but this is factory sealed. And the seal they use is Turtles seal, which makes it even cooler.
Oh man,
so,
look at that!
Yeah,
I know. Is it Hero Turtles as well? Yeah,
Hero Turtles as well. So yeah, I'm sure if I put that on eBay, I'm sure the American market would have lapped that up. But yeah, so and it's brand new. This was old shop stock. So there's that, and last, which is something I'd never seen before. I mean, I've heard of wall bangers. That's what they used to call them. They used to do them. The football clubs used to do them.
Yeah, man.
Well, these are the original Turtles ones, still sealed. And you get all the Turtles and April. And I think if I go that way, is that Splinter?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're so I love stuff merch like this. And I know there's a lot of Turtles merch, but I'd never seen them before. So they're giant size.
That's cool.
Well, you can see, if you flip it around, they can see how big they are. That's
yeah.
You think
they're 4x6. Yeah. So if you look here, you can see the lady,
the child,
and you see the lady. Yeah. Look how big they are.
They're massive.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's really cool. Anyway, so yeah, 4 items, all factory sealed. Great addition to a turtle collector if they haven't got them.
For me,
I think Mark should bid for his wife's 40th. She'd love a bit of turtles.
Yeah, apparently he's just said he's just put the comment saying I had one in the shop and then I sold it and his missus went mental, so he's glad to get one back now because he can give it to her as a gift. Like sorted. Right, back to First of all, right, I have had this is no nonsense, right? I spoke to Lars today. Now, in my opinion, Lars is one of the biggest collectors of hero merchandise in the world. That house he has built for his Turtles collection in Norway, but it's unbelievable. It's massive, and I've shown people before. He was crying over some of these bits. He's going, "This is stuff sealed you do not see on a hero card anywhere." So good. So good. I think a lot speaks for itself. I think most of the people on here are toy collectors, and when this type of stuff comes up, like if you get a mock this or whatever, most weeks the stuff is kind of like, oh yeah, it's cool. This stuff's rocking all stuff to get in this condition, isn't it? Really,
yeah, it's nice. definitely nice.
I love it. I love
the water games, man, because I've only ever seen them loose. I don't remember them in the shop. I might have, but I only see them loose. Those on card look wicked, and obviously those big things that you can put on your wall. I can't remember what you call them, bangers or something.
Wall art. We can call it wall art.
Yeah, wall art.
They're pucker.
Turtle bangers is a whole different thing.
That makes a good movie.
Yeah, I know. I think they are pucker.
It's a wicked lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they're sealed. It's just, as I said, you just don't find it anymore.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've put the link in yet. Go over to Ken's eBay, have a look. There's some great stuff on it. There's you've got some wonderful stock in. I like you. I'm going to sound. I've got to put this in the right way. We are lucky. The community we've got, they either keep it or they move it on. There's a lot of maybe traders who kind of just sit on stuff wanting maximum money for it or whatever. Whereas a lot of the people on the page, and me and Vic and you and Ken, we're the type of people who go, it's come in, it's got to go. I'm not housing this stuff. It's amazing stuff. I want a fair price, but I'm not, I just need to move it on. So because there's more to come. There's more. I love that. I watch some of the groups and the big, the other big traders and stuff. Even like you said, Joe Lester, Vintage Toys and Dark Side and all that. These people, like, they're getting it in, they're running his professional businesses, they're making their markup. Vic does it. Something comes in, he makes his markup, goes out the door. Yeah, it could have been worth.
We got Lawrence out there, and both me and Ken are banging stuff off of Lawrence, like Toy Planet.
I think
he's always good to us, and we're good in the community. We're people you can deal with rather than like worrying about what it might go for. Just sell it.
That's my thing with. I think what we've tried to always do. Maybe we've got it right. Maybe we've got it wrong. I don't know, Vic. But we've always tried to bring people to the table who we know are genuine people, and they're like Ken, doing it because this is their new job now, or this is their passion now, or this is, admittedly, we have had a few film directors on the show before now, which was quite cool and like stuff. But on the whole, I think that's the good community we've built around this.
Look, I've known Ken since he was a lonely buyer back in the day. Ken remembers coming to my store before we was mates, and I wasn't a full-time trader then, and I was just selling bits and bobs. So there's been some stuff go through our hands.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm just hoping now that I know that the NEC is going, but I'm hoping that some of the other toy fairs that we try to give a shout out to, people will start supporting more, maybe using them as an outlet, because
the problem is, as we've discussed before, I mean, I hope more people start going to your more local ones, or the ones that it's regional. That's the issue. That whereas NEC brought everyone together, it's 200 miles from this one or 200 miles from that one. It was bang, in the middle. People could get off the plane and they'll be there. It's sad. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk down what you're saying, John. I'm just saying that.
No. I get it.
There's a big hole there now because it was, 2 hours from us in London or 2 hours for them in Manchester or and everyone could just come together in one place. Whereas
Me.
Now, like you said last week, you said about Staffordshire, and I'm like, I'm closer to Amsterdam, I think, than I am to Staffordshire. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean that in a.
Maybe you never know. I think in some ways Comic-Cons have lost their sight a little bit now, and they're more signer cons.
Yeah.
They are. It's all about the celebrities, and there's no. I'm not saying it's soulless. I like Comic-Con still, but you don't have the heart and soul that you do with toy shows.
You don't get a feel.
I mean?
You don't get it. It don't. The 6 o'clock in the morning, right? You're walking through the doors, right? Everybody's putting their stuff out on the stores. You're buzzing. You're loving it. Come on, let's get a bargain. Get in there for it. There's none of that, is it? You walk up. You've given somebody 40 quid. There's somebody dressed as Harlequin. I'll have a photograph with a Batman. What shall we do now? Let's join a queue. For me, the toy fair experience, I collect toys and comics and retro gaming. And I do love that aspect of a toy fair.
At a Comic Con, it's so hard to find a bargain. Like you can't find the niche things. You can't it's all regular stuff. You'll see a million powder Fulson Funko Pops there, but do you know what I mean? You're not going to find a Poppy Gacha Man figure or something. Do you get what I mean? Which you stand more chance at your toy fairs. I mean, some of the stuff that Ken picked up at the last Kempton, and I'm like, you got all them traders at Kempton, but Ken's still finding gold. So, like, going in as a buyer.
Yep.
I love that. They do serve a purpose. He's right when he's saying, I think when I did 2013, we did one of the big ones in London. I won't say too much. And even, like, we got kind of a deal because of what we were doing with them. But I'm looking at some of the other traders and I'm going, how are they going to make money, proper money to pay? Whereas when I got the toy fairs and I realized the prices in the stores, you go, okay, this can be done. This is now getting more feasible. This is more like an antique fair price. This is, do you know what I mean? And there are a lot of people that don't want to sell online. I mean, I struggle with eBay a little bit because of the fees, not because of the sellers. It's more the fees.
Fees are a killer.
Awful, Bob.
Yeah. It's gutting every month how much you lose to them.
That's one of the killers, definitely. I mean, I don't like selling vintage stuff on there. Ken, well, I've said to you, John, and Ken knows, I don't like I put all modern dross on my eBay because I'm just worried. Going back to a Luke Jedi, I had a bad experience with a Luke Jedi that someone claimed they opened and it was faulty and sent me back a loose one, people. And eBay took their way.
We'll run a show one week and we'll just call it eBay Nightmares.
Yeah, we will.
Right.
We can read off some of the emails we get sent.
Yes. I want to do it. I want to do it in the style of That's Life with Esther Ranson. Come on. Right. Here we go. We sold. 71 quid. Alan.
Brilliant. I don't know if that's a bargain. I think it is, to be honest. I think those two water games have got to be worth 70 quid between them, at least. Well done, Callum. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Well done. I'm going to take all this stuff off the screen. Well, gentlemen, we have done it. I didn't think we'd do it because I thought we would just talk rubbish. But I think we've done. We've promoted Ken. We've sold all the lots. We've actually talked a bit of sense. What can you say?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
We'll be on next week, guys. We're having a sabbatical, but we'll let you know what's happening with the weeks coming up. Check out the social media. I will be a bit more active. I know Johnny's always on it. He's a diamond when it comes to that stuff, and I'm a dinosaur. So
I don't know about this week's video. I looked decidedly rough. Just one thing before we go, because I love Lawrence. He stopped selling years ago because the prices. I think, yeah, bless him. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Oh, Kermit saying he loves blood, he loves the auctions.
Love you, Obi-Rob Kenobi, the Madisons, Tony McDermott's of the world, the Petes, the everyone. Sarah, ciao.
We love you. Ken, we love you. Respect, love, all our support from both me and Vic and all of us. Keep smashing it. Keep being a machine. Don't forget the Toy Division Boys Wednesday. Don't forget the NEC next week. It's Halloween, ladies and gentlemen.
When you're at a boot fair and you hear the Terminator music, you know Ken's coming up behind you.
Yeah, you do. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever happens this week, whatever happens, keep calm, keep collecting. We love you. Bye.
Monkeys Emporium, the coolest vintage toy shop in the universe.